morning, folks. This is for Rock Hill Church. My name is Riley. We're at the Doubletree where we normally meet here. This morning's service is going to be a little bit different, and not because we're doing it outside. I'm just starting outside, and let me explain why. I'm about to walk you through the service and the place that we have set up, and I'm going to show you what we're doing, but then unfortunately we are not going to be live streaming this morning's service. It's going to be an interactive service. If you've been with us, you know that we've been going through a series on the temple, and so we're in our fourth week on this the temple of God from the Old Testament, and tracking that from when it was a tabernacle to the temple and then Jesus coming. And so what we've done this morning is we've set up our entire service in the room that we meet in to represent the temple, so scaled down a little bit obviously, but so we've set up this big scene, and we're going to be it's going to be an interactive thing. You'll see when you get in there, it'll make sense to you. So I'm going to walk you through that and show you the cool stuff. I mean, people put a lot of effort into this, but because of the interactive nature and kind of, honestly, it could just be weird if you just tuned in. Like, we'll just say it like it is. It'll be a little bit weird if you just tuned in and didn't know what was going on. You'd think it's strange. So we won't live stream it. Again, this will be your glimpse into it. Otherwise, sorry, you got to be here for it. We don't normally do this. This is a little bit different for us. But so anyway, I'll walk you through here and I'll explain what you're seeing, and you'll get the idea. And then we'll probably have a podcast on the website. The Doubletree here, you'll get the full feel of things. All right, you guys all know this. This is the lobby and our cool t-shirts for guests. And the welcome team. Hi, welcome team. Live streaming. The CLC board. And they just finished the sign for it. We're live streaming. Hi, dear. The Holy Temple Service. Please enter quiet. So again, it's going to be a little bit different. You'll see a little bit of a somber atmosphere. There's the children's hallway. All right, so this is the idea. When you first walk in, hopefully you guys can hear me. There's a lot going on here this morning. When you first walk in, this is called the laver. This is where the priests would have been required to wash their hands. Obviously it was for them a large basin. Everything we're doing here is just kind of representative. It's a little bit dark in here right now too, but so this would have been where they would have washed their hands and kind of cleansed themselves from outside. Right now we would be standing in what's called the outer court, so this is to represent the temple. This here, hopefully you can see my hand, everything here, where the people will be sitting this morning is the court. Actually, it's kind of the inner court, I believe is what this would have been called. There was an outer court beyond what these walls are that would have been where Gentiles and such non-Jews would have gathered. And so this is the inner court here. You got the laver where the priests would wash. This here is to represent the altar of sacrifice, where they would sacrifice the goats and the bulls and such. They didn't have a sound team in the temple, but these guys are cool and they're set up back here. And sorry that it's loud over here. The music team is going over some of their stuff. Hey Ben. Sorry guys, I just yelled on the phone. Can you hang on just a second? I'm live streaming. So everyone say hi. This is Ben that's going to be leading us this morning. And so I want to just show everyone real quick, because we're not going to live stream the service. So this is what they get. So this area here represents the holy place. So this would have been inside the inner courts here that we're in with this room. This is sectioned off to be the holy place. So there's two levels to this. So the band is sitting in the holy place here. They're going to be singing here.
We're in the holy place?
Yep, you guys are in the holy place.
Man, woo!
All right, guys, can you let me show them this? So this is the showbread. The showbread would have sat inside the temple. You'll have to listen to the podcast to get like the full details on. Jim's going to explain what the showbread represented and why, but it would have been baked fresh every week and been in the holy place before the Lord. This is the altar of incense that would have always been burning incense, and this is to represent the candlestick. There was a big candle thing that they all have like symbolic representation, but they would have all been sitting in in the holy place. And then, of course, if you've ever read the Old Testament or the New Testament and know what happens when Jesus dies, this is the curtain that separated inside the holy place. It separated the holy place from the Holy of Holies. And so what we're going to do this morning is when you step, we're going to have, we're going to explain what the curtain represented, why the Holy of Holies was divided off, and this would have been the Ark of the Covenant, and you had the Ten Commandments. You probably can't see them very well, but someone on our team made some Ten Commandment tablets. They would have been inside the Ark of the Covenant. We're going to be taking communion this morning to represent how Christ opened the curtain and made access to the Holy of Holies so we can come before God in confidence. And so we're going to take communion back here and then exit off of here. So I'll give you a full shot of the room. Sorry, this has been kind of fast and I'm sure kind of loud. There's no ideal time to do this because people are working hard this morning. But so it will be this dark in the service. It's going to be very, like I said, interactive, contemplative. We're going to have music. We're going to have scripture reading. It's going to be good. So again, if you're just tuning in or just fast forwarded to the end of this, we won't be live streaming the service this morning because of that interactive, contemplative nature, and it would be a little bit weird for people to just tune in. So this is your shot of the place. You can see what we've done. A scale representation of the temple. A little bit forced together. They're standing in the extension of the holy place. And then I'll walk you back out in the hall here. All right, guys, say hello to the live streamers. This is all they get this morning.
Hello.
This is the team that's making it all happen this morning. They've worked hard on it. Yep, we miss you. But that's it. I'll walk you back out in the hall here. Again, altar of sacrifice with our fire on top. The laver for washing the hands, and the hall where people are going to be gathering here in just a minute. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. There will be a podcast recording of it. Again, it won't be super helpful for even listening to the podcast because there's not going to, you're not going to see things. It's going to not be a whole lot of teaching this morning. It's going to be a bit more interactive and contemplative, but that's the scoop. Sorry you missed it. We'll see you soon. Next week, we'll be continuing the service and the teachings on the temple in this series. All right. This is Riley with Rock Hill. Miss you guys. See you soon.